Hello everyone. So today we're gonna take a spin around Harare, and yeah, it's just a local spin. Get to see how things are on a Thursday like this. It's good to see how things are working out together. Yeah, just enjoying the views, seeing people around, the traffic, the roads, the buildings, everything, and of course the wind therapy. Where I am here is actually at a shopping center called Westgate. This is actually the biggest shopping center in Zimbabwe. I'm gonna take a spin and you're gonna see it around as we exit going into the CBD of Harare. So yeah, so let's take a spin and let's start our trip and enjoy the local views of Harare. Let's go. Turn here, and you can see this is the main view of the shopping center called Westgate. This shopping center was actually constructed in the 90s, or should I say the late 90s, and it was officially opened, again according to literature out there. It was officially opened in 1997. That's when the shops started functioning. And as you can see, we have a variety of shops all around here. And yeah, it's actually neat and smart. You can find the retail shops, the gyms, and all different kind of things around. So yeah, this is the Westgate shopping center, everybody. Shopping center in Zimbabwe. So yeah, and this is the parking area. It's actually quite neat and smart, with lots of parking area around. And here you can also find your KFC franchise. There is KFC here, and right in front of me here is the Pizza Hut. You can also get your Pizza Hut here in Westgate shopping center. So this shopping center is actually on the western side, yeah, of the country as you exit going to Chirundu and all the way into Zambia. So this is the road. This is the road which goes all the way into Zambia via Chirundu border post. And in front of me is the road all the way into the CBD. And right here on my left is a road which branches off going to the new Parliament of Zimbabwe, which has been constructed recently. And it's actually looking good, I tell you. If it was a matter of time, I was going to take a spin there and you're going to see it as well. But for today, we're actually going into the CBD. Yeah. So this road is called Lomagunti. Yeah. And as you can see here, there is a lot of road construction. It's actually road expansion on this Lomagunti road. You know, the guys are enjoying the bike out there. So there's a lot of road construction or expansion of the road, should I say. Why? The reason is, as I just showed you just behind me here, is turn off to the new Parliament of Zimbabwe. So one can actually guess without me mentioning anything here. You know, as you know, a parliament is a high profile, is the heartbeat of the country. So like all the activities of national interest will be happening there, and all the big wigs, the political big wigs, the officials will be actually flocking all the way down to the parliament. So it goes without saying that the road would definitely need to be big enough to accommodate for traffic and officials and what you call them, diplomats, you know, who will be going all the way to the parliament to digest and talk about different issues of national interest. So that's why you're seeing this road here being expanded. On my right here, there were lots of car dealerships. Just a few months back, about 3 or 4 months back, I'm sure, there were lots of car dealerships, and I mean, just people selling their cars, and some constructing the cabins, and different kind of activities. So it seems now, due to this road upgrade, a major road upgrade should I say, because this looks like this road is going to be dualized at the end of it all. So yeah, so all these people have been moved out. People are enjoying the views which they're seeing here. So yeah, people have been moved out and the road is being expanded. And you know what, I'll tell you one thing about the robots here in this country. As you just saw, this guy who just passed all the way without any stopping, and the robots are not working, as you have seen. So when you get on a stop, when you get on a dead robot here in Zimbabwe, if the robot is not working, a traffic light, you know, in Africa we call these robots. So when you get to a traffic light, which I should insist again and say, robot, if a traffic light is not working, in other countries like South Africa, Zambia, Namibia, at least where I have been, or Botswana, when a traffic light is not working, you literally have to treat it like a four-way stop road, right? By this I mean to say you actually have to stop before you proceed and make sure that it's all clear, and then you proceed when you actually see and make sure that it's all clear and you're not endangering other road users out there, right? And yeah, and also this comes on a first come first serve basis on a four-way stop. You arrive first, you go first. So this is actually a different story here in Zimbabwe. If you get a traffic light which is not working, you literally have to create your own traffic light in your head. When you create your own traffic light in your head, you have to signal it. Give it a signal, right? If you give it a signal of green, then you have to go. If you give it a signal of red, then you have to stop. And if you give it a signal of amber, which is hardly possible, then you have to prepare to stop and then stop eventually, right? What I mean by this is that a traffic light which is not working here in Zimbabwe is treated as a traffic light which is working. The people here, I think they already know how they coordinate this around, or how they coordinate it through, you know. So as you approach the traffic light, I think your eyesight should be very sharp, and your mind also should be very, very smart. You actually have to quickly gaze around and look around, rather. You actually have to quickly look around and see if there's any other car which has already entered into the intersection. If none, then you proceed without stopping, and in some cases without even reducing the speed, you know. So that's how they treat the non-working traffic lights in here, right? Unless it's a stop sign. Yeah, if it's a stop sign, they treat it as a stop sign. But if there's a traffic light and it's not working, you just shoot through, just a little bit after checking around if it's safe to do so. And when you shoot through, the person who's just coming behind you also follows suit. That's where the interesting part is now. The person who is behind you also comes through and shoots. So it just becomes a whole connection of a fluidly flowing traffic, just like as if there's a working traffic light. So all the traffic which just follows you goes through, right, with full speed, until someone on the same traffic decides that, well, it's been a long time while we're shooting through. Then they literally stop, and then the other team from the other junction then goes through. Again, that takes what can I say, a real and proper road usage ethics, should I say. Yeah. So literally it's made of like understanding each other. Ethically, you on your own reasoning that, oh, this I can do, this I can't do. Because if you don't reason that way, you end up flowing all the way 24/7 without giving chance to the other people on the other side to as well go through, right? So now there's an interesting thing I'm going to tell you about it, right? So when you stop or logically think that at least for now I should stop, this traffic is flowing on the same direction for a long time, and this traffic on the other side, on my left hand side or my right hand side, has been building up for a long time, all right? Then you have to stop, and then you give them way as well, then they go through. And that person from that other queue also, when they realize that, well, our traffic queue has been flowing nicely and now it's been a long time, now let me stop as well, then give way to the other traffic side. Then that's how it operates. Left, right, you go, and then we'll reason together, oh, now it's high time that I stop, because we had a couple of cars which passed through, maybe 20 or 30, you know, just like what's going to happen with this traffic light. You see it's not working, and I'm proceeding, I'm passing through here, and this traffic has been passing through as well, you know. So that's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works. Until a person who is behind me realizes that, no, it's been a long time, our traffic has been flowing in our direction, so now I have to stop and give way to others. Then the others will also get to move to cross the intersection. If that doesn't happen, then it means traffic will be one way the whole day. And that's actually the issue in the locations. In the location, this is actually the issue. There's always a lot of deadlocks, because you know what happens when I just keep on passing and continue. The person behind me keeps passing on the traffic light, right? And then it's gonna be continuous. Nobody wants to stop. The person on the right hand side now, they also want to check in and get inside the traffic intersection. So what they'll do is they will slowly drive into the intersection and put the nose of their car into the intersection until the person who is coming from that other direction at 90 degrees realize that, well, it's not safe for me to proceed, right? And then they stop right again in the middle of the intersection. And now there's another somebody who wants to turn, and then they also force themselves into the intersection. And then at the end of the day, there's an interlock of cars or vehicles which is going to be created, and that cannot be undone automatically. Someone always have to jump off their car and direct the traffic, and literally most cases no one wants to jump out and direct the traffic, you know. So it ends up being a deadlock, and people end up turning back, finding other routes or other means to navigate their way to their destination, you know. So yeah, that's how you treat a traffic light is not working here in Harare. So now we're close to the CBD. I think we just have about 5 kilometers or so. And as I was still talking about the construction of the road, yes, the road is being constructed because there's new parliament in there, and there's going to be a high flow of traffic to reach. And obviously, you know, these politicians, they definitely make it nicer wherever they see it fits, and in most cases when it's actually perfect or good for themselves. Yeah, so that's why this road is being constructed, going all the way to the new parliament. Why I say so, because it's actually obvious, one can actually see without even using quantum physics here. You know, before the parliament is constructed, this road has been neglected. It has been like that for quite the longest time, probably since the colonial era, maybe. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of pitches here. It's bumpy, but they're actually starting to work on it to facilitate an easy move of the traffic. So yeah, we're still going, and at least this traffic light is working, so I have to stop and obey the rules, and then we proceed when the traffic light tells us to proceed. Yeah, we proceed. It's great. now this area where we are in now is called Belgravia. I don't know what inspired the naming convention, but it is called Belgravia. The name doesn't sound Zimbabwean, neither does it sound European, so I'm not sure where the Belgravia came from. It actually sounds Russian or you know those countries up there, Poland and stuff. So this Belgravia, and with the sports ground here, yeah. So we're literally almost in the CBD right now. So on my right hand side here, this area is more of a diplomatic location. We have shacks. That was a huge pothole I just hit there. So yeah, it's mostly a diplomatic area. We have most of the embassies in there. Yeah, so now we're entering into the CBD. We're now entering into Harare. This huge pothole popped my camera. I actually have to fix my camera. Okay, so what you're seeing there is actually the seat of Harare CBD. So I'm gonna turn left here so that I start from the northern part